training begin?
Astronaut training is, I would say, challenging but fun.
It's been a growing experience.
It's intense, it's dynamic, and it's very rewarding.
One day you might be in class studying space station systems. The next day you might be flying in a T-38 jet doing a training flight. And then the day after that you might be underwater in a spacesuit doing practice.
I think my favorite part was actually the spacewalk part. You're in the pool, and it was also the most challenging. I love the feeling of being pressurized in the suit and submerging underwater and moving in a space-like environment in the Neutral Buoyancy Lab. This giant pool we have where we have a mock-up of the International Space Station and we practice spacewalks and maintenance. You're just riding this high the whole time that you're in a spacesuit and you're in the pool. It's really just a great day.
The most fun part of astronaut training for me was learning how to fly a jet.
Flying the T-38, it's fun because it's an adventure. It's really weather-based, so you're working through problems, so you're trying to plan for fuel, you're trying to plan for logistics.
Going that fast in a vehicle was exhilarating.
The fun part of training was being in the wilderness. It's so amazing. It's a new experience for me.
Coming from diverse backgrounds and being immersed right into like a survival training event right out of the gate, in the cold, in the wet, just challenges that we're going to support each other through, and that happens throughout the tours.
Interesting weather, it can be very cold, rainy, interesting terrain you have to overcome. Some of the geology trips were actually quite hot, but ultimately you get to camp together, spend that time together, tell each other stories, and get to know each other better. It has just been very rewarding.
Training together as a class has helped us build relationships with each other, which is extremely important in spaceflight. Because once you go up to space, the people you travel with are your family, they are your support system.
Not only have I spent these 2 years learning from classes taught by amazing instructors across NASA, but I've also had the opportunity to learn from astronauts that have flown to space before, flight directors and engineers that have flown many people to space, so it's a community of knowledge.
We have a robust training program here, and I've got confidence in that system. I've got confidence in the team as guys prepare as we do. So I think the day that I get to strap in a rocket, I'll be excited, I'm going to be ready, I can't wait for that.
I feel honored and humbled to be a part of humanity's spacefaring years. I think exploration is one of humanity's most noble pursuits, the creativity, the discovery, and innovation. And I feel a deep responsibility to be a link in the chain of explorers that come before me to help push human knowledge, human experience, and challenge our beliefs of what we thought was possible.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to have our countdown. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff!
thank you, guys.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Training for Tomorrow. My name is Shelby.
And I'm Hugo, and for the next 20 minutes, we will be your astronaut trainers. We will share with you the legacy of learning that is one of the most essential elements of the Johnson Space Center.
Since 1980, every single NASA astronaut has trained across the street at the astronaut training facility. This means that at one point, every single NASA astronaut has been a Houston resident.
Kind of makes you proud to be Houstonian, doesn't it?
It really does. Now, life-size mock-ups like this were designed to train the next generation of space explorers.
Hey, sounds like fun. So what do you guys say? Ready to learn about what it takes to live in space?
Yeah? All right, then put your hands together. Now, for some people, living in space is something that only happens in science fiction. But the truth is, humans from 15 different countries have been orbiting the Earth on the ISS for over 20 years.
That's right. As a matter of fact, November 2nd, 2025 will mark 25 years of continuous human presence on the International Space Station.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Now that means that for some of you, humans have been living in space your entire lives. And for the rest of us, well, we remember when it got started.
But enough about history. Space science is all about building on the past while looking towards the future. So let's get training started for all of you, our newest class of ASCANs.
Well, just to be perfectly clear, ASCAN is a shorthand for astronaut candidate. Now, to become an astronaut, you have to submit an application. NASA accepts applications about once every 4 years. The last window closed in April of 2024, where they received over 8,000 applications. Of those 8,000 applicants, only 8 to 12 people will be selected. They will then participate in at least 2 years of additional and specific training before heading off into space.
Hey, sounds like you guys are really on the fast track. No application needed and only 20 minutes of training.
Alright, let's get y'all's training started with a quick tour of this place. Now, this mock-up represents just one of 18 connected modules of the ISS. The station's total size is equivalent to a 6-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms, a gym, and a 360-degree view bay window. Now, if you look off in this direction, you might see a group of ASCANs training in the Columbus training module.
Then on this side, you might get a glimpse of the Destiny training module, where astronaut candidates can practice some experiments. Now, this mock-up is not an exact replica of any specific module, but we do have many things we use throughout the ISS. This will make it easier to train you guys during today's short training mission.
Although this mock-up is pretty accurate, there is one thing that we cannot replicate. Can anyone tell me what that is? Gravity, exactly.
Astronauts experience microgravity or perceived weightlessness. That explains these handles right here. They help the astronauts get from one place to the next.
It's important to remember that on the actual ISS there is no real floor, but we can utilize this to our advantage. You see, because there's no real sense of up or down, we can use all of the wall space to store various items, equipment, and things.
Now here's a look at how astronauts get around the ISS. Look at that, they can be upside down too. They can jump around, they can grab onto things, they can spin, they can do some parkour, they can also flip over and get stuck like that guy. But you know what? That looks like fun. Who wants to try this? Anyone? I got a me.
You?
I got a hand over
Yeah.
there. Me? Awesome, guys. Yes, your hand over there. Great. Next time. We're still here.
Let's get y'all into space first. But now that you have a basic understanding of the station, you can see that it is a fully self-supporting environment. But before we can start training you all on any mission-based experiments, you need to understand the basics for survival. So, Hugo, let's start with water.
Yes, the station can hold up to 530 gallons of water, which is not a lot when there's a full crew of 7 people on board. This is why water has to be filtered and recycled. It reduces the amount of water that is brought up during supply missions.
Water from your sweat, breath condensation, and yes, even your urine is collected, filtered, and recycled to be used again. I know what you're thinking. That sounds really, really gross, but we hear it's not that bad, and it is cleaner than the vast majority of tap water.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Now, another use for water on the station is to provide oxygen. Most of the oxygen here is created through a process called electrolysis. Now, water molecule is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom, H2O. Electrolysis uses electricity to separate the two. The oxygen is used to create the atmosphere in the station, and the hydrogen, since it is extremely flammable and potentially dangerous, will be sent out into space where it can do no harm.
Now that we discussed both water and oxygen, let's talk about the third essential for survival, food. Great advancements have been made throughout the history of the space program. The menu is very diverse, but it does still include a lot of the dehydrated foods that you think of from the Apollo program. Today's menu also includes a lot of pre-packaged foods like nuts and granola, as well as food that has been treated to kill microorganisms to extend its shelf life.
And once you become astronauts, you get to work with the NASA food lab, and you can choose any food from any part of the world. For example, you young sir, what do you like to eat? Anything? No? Hamburgers! Good call! Yes, we got them on board.
Yes, and right here with the Scarface shirt, what food do you like to eat? Pizza, good choice. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you with the penguin?
Ribeye.
Ribeye? Yes. Ribeye steak, absolutely.
Awesome. And right here in the polo, right here, what food do you like to eat? Chocolates. Oh, I like the sound of that.
Okay, yes, burgers, ribeye, chocolate, we got it all here. Now, it's important to note, guys, that once you're in space, you will lose some of your sense of taste. So a lot of astronauts prefer spicy foods, like shrimp cocktail. They also prefer tortillas over bread. Can you guys guess why? Huh? Almost? No?
I'll give you a hint.
Yes. This one? Yes, because of crumbs. See, being in space and having to pick up every piece of crumb is very hard. Trust us, we've tried.
Hugo, did you bring another sandwich up here?
Not this time.
Are you sure about that?
Very sure.
Likely story.
Now, one of the coolest parts about having 15 different countries represented on the station is that they get to share their customs and celebrations. And they get to share each other's meals. Now, if I was coming to the station, I would want to share something like liver and onions. Who wants to try? No? Okay.
I think I'll pass on the liver and onions. But what I have here is some freeze-dried astronaut fruit. And Hugo, I think for this next section, we should bring up a volunteer. What do you think?
I agree, absolutely.
Awesome. Now, before we select the volunteer, let's just go over a few rules really quick. We ask that you be at least 6 years old, do not have a food allergy, and if you volunteer somebody else, congrats, you're now the volunteer. Do we have any takers? Right here in the front, come on up. Everyone give a round of applause for our volunteer.
There we go. Hello there.
Hello and welcome aboard. Please hold on to the railing. We are still in full Earth gravity. If you just want to make your way over to Hugo.
Let's come over here, and I like the Wizard of Oz shirt. That's a great shirt, by the way. Awesome. Now, can you please stand right here, and Shelby's gonna take care of you.
All right, so let's start with introductions. What is your name? Rebecca, and where are you visiting us from today? Where's home? Houston, welcome. We're so happy to have you here today. So I have some freeze-dried bananas. I'm gonna open the bag, let you try some, and you're gonna tell everyone here what you think, okay? All right. Grab a piece.
Okay, get a little piece. See what we have.
We're tasting, we're chewing, we're trying it, and what do we think? Really good, awesome. So if you were to go to the International Space Station for 6 months, the average length of a space mission, is this something you would bring with you? Yes, awesome. So the great thing is you will get to work with the NASA Food Lab to customize your own menu. So you can tell them that you want some bananas. Now, if you could bring any food from anywhere in the world, what food would you bring? Ice cream, I like the sound of that. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Mint chocolate chip, that's my favorite too. High five. Awesome. Well, thank you for being such a brave volunteer. I'm going to let you keep these, and you can show them to your friends and family. Everyone give it up for our volunteer.
Now, one of the most important parts, and in my opinion, most interesting of the astronaut's diet are the vegetables that are grown on the station. And the astronauts use a vegetable production system or veggie box, just like this. And inside they can grow up to 6 plants at a time, like lettuce, cabbage, and kale.
Part of your ASCAN training will be learning how to regulate the LED lighting as well as the temperature and water delivery in the veggie box. This will allow you to provide fresh, tasty food for your fellow astronauts. Veggie boxes like this also teach us how to grow crops in controlled environments, and in return helps us improve crop yields here on Earth. This will also help provide food for future astronauts. Thank you.
Now, studies have also shown that growing plants on the station can improve an astronaut's happiness and well-being.
An astronaut's happiness and well-being, both psychological and physical, is extremely important. You see, being in microgravity for longer periods of time takes a huge toll on your body.
That's right. See, the fluids in your body shift. Blood pressure goes up, muscles weaken, and your bones lose density and mass. This is why it's so important to exercise on the station.
It's so important that the astronauts will exercise every single day for 2 hours, weekends, birthdays, and holidays included. Sounds fun, right? Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Now, on Earth, many exercises like push-ups and pull-ups use gravity for resistance. On the station, we have microgravity, so a different kind of resistance had to be created. And we use equipment just like this. Now, you can't just jump on in and ride. You have to secure yourself. And Shelby here is gonna show us how that works.
What? Why me?
Cause you're closer, right guys?
I like the person who said no. Well, okay, so this here is the flight ergometer, or Fergo for short. It's basically a stationary bike, but meant for space. Now keep in mind, we are in full Earth gravity, so they have provided me with a seat. The real Fergo would not have a seat. So what you'll do is you will float on in, and you will secure your feet to the pedals. You will grab the handles behind you to secure yourself, and you will start to pedal, and pedal, and pedal. You can adjust the speed and resistance to your liking.
Oh, that looks like a good workout.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Oh, luckily we also have a video to show you guys how they exercise. Look at that. They have a treadmill. That is a T2. And that's the Fergo, what Shelby found right now. And that's the ARED, Advanced Resistance Exercise Device. So you can do weightlifting in space. That is so cool.
You go.
Yeah.
You had me working up a sweat this entire time when you could have just been playing a video for everybody.
Oh, I thought you wanted to.
I did not. No,
I'm
definitely
so sorry,
not.
Shelby. Want me to do the next section?
I think that would be fair. Yeah. What do you guys think? Would that be fair?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. No, it's okay. I'll do the next section. She doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sleeping in space.
Oh, come on.
Hey, sleeping has its challenges. Astronauts go around the world every 90 minutes and they see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every day. Therefore, they can't just sleep whenever it's nighttime. They can rely on their body's response to light and darkness.
That's called circadian rhythm, right?
That's right. So to help with the circadian rhythm, the light on the station changes. For example, blue tone like this is for daytime, and darker, dimmer light like this is for evenings and nighttime on the station.
Pretty cool. That was cozy. I like that setting. Now, because the astronauts are going through all of the time zones so quickly, all of the lights and their clocks have been adjusted to Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT, to avoid any confusion.
Now at the end of the day, you're gonna get to go inside your own private sleep chamber, just like this. It's about the size of a large refrigerator, and inside you will find a sleeping bag attached to the wall, with a control panel and a place to put your own personal items. One example is this object right here, known as Flap Corby. Can everyone say hi to Corby?
Hi, Corby.
This is an actual artifact astronaut Sunita Williams took with her to space back in 2006. It was easier than bringing the real Corby to the station. Now, if I was coming to the station, I would want to bring something like a picture of me and this gentleman right there, because he's my best friend. Right? Thank you.
I'm not convinced. What's his name?
Friend.
Okay, all right. I buy it.
Thank you. Now, if you guys notice, the bed is attached to the wall, and we have no pillows. Can you guys guess why? Yeah.
Exactly. The astronauts are in microgravity. So because of that, their bodies feel fully supported. So they don't need a pillow if they really don't want one. Because there's no real sense of up, down, left, or right. You can sleep in any position you want and you'll be just fine.
Now, I know we don't have to show you guys how to sleep, but I want to show you how to get inside the sleep chamber. Shelby, would you mind?
Ooh, I can play some video games.
You're gonna float on in, then you have to zip yourself up, and this is very important, because you don't want to be pushed by the air currents. You can bump into something and wake up, break a piece of equipment, or worse, hurt yourself. Now this is in full Earth gravity, so it's not really comfortable. But trust me, on the station, it's so much better. Shelby!
1 second, I almost have a victory royale, and I just died in Fortnite. Oh, you're stuck!
Yeah.
Again? Oh, God, that zipper's so pesky. Hold this really quick, let me analyze the situation, and good night! Is it revenge so sweet? Now, one of the more common questions we get asked is, I'm sure he's fine. You go. You go. Oh, there you are. Welcome back.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Now, one of the more common questions we get asked is, how do the astronauts go to the bathroom in space? Well, it's a pretty complex system. You see, here on Earth, we're able to utilize water and gravity, two things in short supply on the station. So, systems like this had to be created. This is the WHC, or the Waste and Hygiene Compartment. Now, to know when the system is ready for use, there are a bank of lights on the side. And when the lights turn on and form the letter V, that's how you know it's ready to intake liquid waste, or number 1. So if you can remember the phrase V to P, you shouldn't have any issues.
B to P, that's easy to remember. Now, on the side, you will find these two with about, oh, thank you, Shelby. You might want to wash your hands after this. This is used for liquid waste, or to go number 1. Once you go, that liquid waste goes down into this tube, into the WRS, Water Recovery System. It will then be filtered, recycled, and reused on the station once again.
How refreshing. Now for solid waste, it's a lot more low tech. Instead of being collected down the drain, the solid waste is collected into an airtight plastic bag, and from there it is sucked into the container down below. And once that container fills up, it is ejected out into Earth's atmosphere to burn up for all of us to see. So, the next time you go outside at night and you see a beautiful shooting star, yeah, that might not be a shooting star. It could be burning astronaut poo.
Really, Shelby? Why would you say that?
Well, it's true. It just goes to show that if you made a wish and it didn't come true, now you know why.
The astronauts are also sending other things down to Earth, like data and communication. And the best way to do this is by radio waves. And that is an example of our communication center. Now, in order to receive radio waves, the transmitter and receiver have to be in direct line of sight. So we use a couple of satellites to get our information from the ISS, then to send it to the ground stations and relay it to mission control across the street, giving us near constant communication with the ISS.
The TGIS is also working with 25 other missions in close proximity. This is very important because it does provide near instant communication in case of any safety issues that may arise on the station. In addition to that, we're able to perform all different kinds of scientific experiments, meaning that everything that we do on the ISS teaches us something. We're able to analyze cosmic rays, test materials in extreme temperatures, and even produce medication that cannot be made here on Earth.
And these experiments change all the time. One example is this spacewalk that was done by astronauts Anita Williams and Butch Wilmore. They went on the outside of the station and passed a colon swab to see if germs or bacteria could survive in space. And if so, for how long? We still don't have the results just yet, but this spacewalk was very important for Sunny Williams. For now, she holds the world record for the most accumulated hours during spacewalks by any female astronaut in history. So congratulations to Sunny. Now, part of your training will be how to do these experiments, and you'll be ready before you leave Earth.
If you'd like to stay up to date with all the experiments that NASA is performing, feel free to come check us out on YouTube for weekly uploads with our series, Space to Ground. If you prefer podcasts, we also have Houston We Have a Podcast, and for live content, come find us on Twitch.
Well, astronaut candidates, thank you so much for training with us. My name is Hugo.
And my name is Shelby, and we'd be happy to answer your questions at the bottom of the stage momentarily.
And we hope the rest of your day is out of this world. Thank you for
everyone.
joining us. Gracias.